you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 2 of 9 days of Niecy. If you missed day 1, make sure you click the link in the description box to watch, and if you haven't subscribed, I promise you're going to like my content. Just subscribe. Day 2 of 9 days of Niecy is going to be a story time. For those of you, like I said, who missed the first video, 9 days of Niecy, my birthday is January 19th, so I will be uploading a video every day from the 10th through the 19th in celebration for my birthday. Today, which is day 2 of 9 days of Niecy, is going to be a story time. I know you guys love story times, and I haven't done one in about 2 months on my channel, which I know is a really long time because I used to be throwing story times at you guys back to back to back. The story time that I'm doing today is my bullying story. I can talk about it without getting emotional. It was so long ago, but it definitely shaped who I am as a person, and I feel like the story can be very inspirational to other people who have and are going through bullying. So I guess I can just start and explain, like, you know, how everything happened. My bullying situation happened when I was in the 6th grade. In elementary school, I went to the same school pretty much all through elementary school. I left 1 year in the 4th grade, but I came back in the 5th grade. So majority of my elementary school years, I was at the same school with the same people since kindergarten. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in private school, kindergarten through 12th grade. In private school, the environment is a lot different from public school. It's a lot smaller. The classroom sizes are extremely small. I didn't realize how small they were until I talked to people that go to public school and found that you guys can be in a classroom anywhere between like 20 to 40 people, which is huge. My whole class wasn't even that many people, let alone a classroom. In high school it got a little bigger. It's probably like 11 to 12, but in like elementary school my classroom sizes were extremely small. When I was in elementary school, I had a friend. We were like best friends in elementary school, and we were in the same grade, but she had a brother who was 2 years older than us, and when he graduated in the 5th grade, we were in a 2nd, so maybe he was 3 years older than us. I think we were in the 2nd grade when he graduated. So since he graduated and went to a new school for middle school, our mom took her to that school for middle school. So that's that. When I got to middle school, I saw that she went to that school. So she did like her 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade years at this new school, and, you know, started her middle school career at this new school as well. When I got there, I was really excited to see that, you know, this is a friend that I had since kindergarten, and even though it's been years since we talked, we just became friends all over again. So like I said, the classroom sizes in private schools are a lot smaller, and my whole classroom was 12 people to be exact. It was 3 girls and the rest boys. So it was me, her, and another girl. So she was kind of like the monkey in the middle. So she spent kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade with me, but 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade with this new girl. So she had an old term best friend, which was me from like her early years of elementary school, and then she had a new best friend that she made her 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade year in the school. So by us being the only 3 girls, it really didn't give us much room to go and be around and mingle with other people in the 6th grade class. It was only 3 of us, and I don't remember how often we were with like the 7th and 8th graders, but I don't think it was often. I think we had like our own recess, meaning we were outside with just the 6th graders, so it was all 12 of us. And yeah, I don't think we spent much time around the 7th and 8th graders. So like I said, it didn't give us much room to try to make friends outside of us 3. The beginning of the school year was fine. It was just like any school year. And I remember my 5th grade year was when I got a perm. My hair was about right here. It was a nice little length, but by me being younger and not knowing how to take care of my hair, by the time 6th grade started, it was probably I lost a couple of inches because I didn't know how to take care of my hair the way I was supposed to. I wasn't tying it down at night. I didn't know how to take care of my hair the way that I was supposed to. I know that sounds like a random ass statement, but I promise you it's going to be more relevant into the story. The school year off the bat from the beginning, like I said, it was normal. All of us were fine. We would have little issues here and there, but everything was fine. I think the bullying started when one of the guys in the classroom asked me to be his girlfriend. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you've heard me say a couple of times my mother was pretty strict on me. Like she you know, most parents I don't think allow their kids to have boyfriends, but if their child is like joking and saying, oh yeah, I got a boyfriend, their mom won't, you know, beat them. They won't punish them. My mom was not like that. I couldn't joke like that. The whole boyfriend thing was just like, absolutely not. So when he was asking for me to be his girlfriend, off the back I really kind of didn't like him, but at the same time I was afraid of what happened if my mom found out that I had a boyfriend at school. I would get in a lot of trouble, so I just wasn't with it. But like I said, my friend and the other girl had grew a relationship with the classmates and each other the years that I wasn't at the school. So that got to them. I think they called him like their brother, like that was like their fake brother, whatever. So they were pretty close, and eventually I think I said yes to being his girlfriend. I know the bullying had to start sooner than I thought, because I started modeling when I was in the 6th grade, and I started modeling December. So that's before the year even rolls over. So yeah, I started modeling in December, and I remember when I started modeling, I was so confident when I was modeling and, you know, on the runway and doing like my photo shoots and stuff like that. I felt so confident. But that's something that anybody would want to come and share with the people at school and talk to their friends about. But I couldn't do that because I felt like everything that I did, they made fun of. Now that I'm older and I think about the stuff they was making fun of, it was really stuff to be proud of. But back then I was really scared to like tell them about my modeling career and doing the things that I was doing, because they literally found any reason to make fun of me. My teacher, however, my god sister was the science teacher, our science teacher at the school, and my homeroom teacher for the 6th grade class, he and her were really close friends. So I saw him a couple of times outside of school, just by being with my god sister and them hanging out together. So my homeroom teacher and we were pretty cool, and I remember I brought in the pictures to him to show in front of, no, I think I just brought him to him to show, and he put it in his computer and put it like on the slideshow so everybody can look at my pictures. And they really couldn't say anything when the pictures was going up, because the pictures look pretty good. I try to insert some pictures in here if I can find some, but the pictures look pretty good. It's really nothing you can say about them to try to, you know, edge on the bullying. So I remember one of the first things that I was bullied on was my hair. So I got track for the first time in the 6th grade, and it was popping. I'm not even gonna lie, it looked good. And for 6th grade, it was pretty long. It was like right here. And my mom let me get a blonde highlight in the front of my hair, like on the side. She let me get this blonde little flip highlight, and the blonde highlight was super cute. I'm not just saying that. I don't even think I have pictures anymore from the 6th grade, but it was a cute hairstyle. It wasn't something to make fun of. But I remember when I came back to school, they were making fun of me and was calling me Hannah Montana. Now, at that age, when you're like 12, I was 11 or 12 at the time. And when you're at that age, even though a lot of things they were saying, it's just like, what? That's not even something to make fun of. The fact that they could have said, oh my God, you're so pretty, and kept laughing, and I would have took offense to it. Because when everybody is laughing at something, even though they were calling me Hannah Montana, and I don't see how that could be offensive, it was offensive because they wasn't saying it in an uplifting way. They were saying it like, haha, you Hannah Montana. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, it bothered me so much, and to the point that eventually my mom just was like, okay, we're just going to take the highlight out of your head. I remember we always had these meetings with my parents and their parents to try to squash the situations and stuff, and I'm just trying to think of all the things that they used to like make fun of me. Of course, things escalated by the end of the story, but I'm trying to think of how things started. I know another thing they made fun of, we had to do like fill out this little thing for homework, and it was talking about like your favorite colors and just favorite stuff. And one of the things it said was like, you know, what's your favorite color? And I said I like rainbow. Like, I just like a bunch of different colors together. I really think it looks pretty or whatever. And I remember they were laughing at that and was like saying, oh, rainbow, that's fruity. Like, they was just like, they literally laughed at everything I did. And we often had to read our reports in front of the classroom, so you can just imagine how I felt every day having to read something in front of the classroom. And the bullying got so bad that I used to cry before I got to school. Like, I dreaded going to school. I wasn't something I was excited about. I used to be so happy when I got off, but the next day when it's time to go back to school, I hated it so much. And I went from being this bubbly, happy, confident person in elementary school to being this really reserved person in the 6th grade, and it was just really bad. So I remember this event in particular that really stung, and it just stuck with me after all these years. I never forgot it. But we were going through another situation, I'm sure it was something with bullying, and we squashed the situation on maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday. And the girl who I had went to the previous school with, she was having a sleepover that weekend, and because we had just squashed that situation, she invited me to the sleepover. So me being, you know, optimistic, and I guess you could say a little bit gullible, I thought that even though all that bullying had happened, I could go to the sleepover and that I would have a good time, and this would be a fresh clean slate and everything would be good from here. So I went to the sleepover, and it was her and a bunch of her friends, and everything was fine. Now, when I was in the 6th grade, I had athlete's foot, and that's because I wear a size 10 now, but I've been wearing a size 10 since I was in the 5th grade. That was when I found out that I wore a size 10. Now that I'm older and taller, my feet match my body. Like, a lot of people don't even know that I wear a 10 because my feet don't look that big, because it matches with my body. But can you imagine me being in the 5th grade? I wasn't as tall as I am now. I was probably like 5'4", 5'5", wearing a size 10 shoe. My feet were huge, so I used to stuff my feet into smaller shoes, and over time my mom bought me bigger shoes that I can fit. But I remember having like one pair of shoes that was still like a size 8 or 9, and I used to stuff my feet into them. So doing that over time, it caused me to grow athlete's foot. And athlete's foot, a short way of saying it, just means your feet stink basically, and you can kill the bacteria with like athlete's foot powder, or if you do it like my mom did, she literally put my feet in bleach and it killed that athlete's foot. But it's just an odor that came from my feet from me constantly wearing those shoes without socks, because by the shoes being too small, I couldn't wear socks with them because I wouldn't be able to put my foot inside. So I used to always wear my shoes without socks because I was trying to squeeze my foot into the shoes best way possible. So I had stinky feet, and it was something that I was a little bit insecure about. But like I said, I battled between either big feet or your feet stink. I'd rather have stinky feet than have big feet. So I used to squeeze my feet into shoes that I really couldn't fit. So like I said, I grew athlete's foot, and I really didn't have to deal with it that much because I was pretty much always home. I had friends that come over the house, but they were like close friends. Just like, girl, you know my feet stink. I'm like, here, you'll get over it. So it never really came about where it was a problem until I got to the sleepover. And I remember when I got there and it's time for everybody to go to bed, I'm like, oh shit, I do not want to fucking take my shoes off because everybody's going to smell my feet. So I remember I was stalling so long. I was sitting on the bed, and I was sitting at the edge of the bed. That way I didn't have to take my shoes off. Everybody else had them on, and would have been smart if I would have took mine off when everybody else took theirs off. That way nobody would have known whose feet was stinking. But I was just like, I was stuck because I couldn't leave. Eventually I had to take my shoes off, and everybody was going to smell them. I should have just went to the bathroom and washed them, but I don't know what I was thinking. I was just really scared. I didn't want to take my shoes off. Finally, I think I took them off like last minute and went to sleep. I got under the covers, and I hoped that nobody would smell them. So we went to sleep. When we got up the next morning, I walked through the room and I came out the bathroom, and I just wanted to get in the shower. You know, I had my clothes for the next day. I just wanted to get in the shower right away. So I walked up my friend's room, and I was about to go in the bathroom, but somebody was in there. Now her room and the bathroom were right next to each other, so you could hear what was going on in each room. So since somebody was in the bathroom, I had to stand outside the bathroom door. But the girls in the room didn't know that I was standing outside the door. They thought that I was in the bathroom. I hear the girls in the room talk about me, and they're like, did you smell her feet? Oh my god, her feet smell so bad. And they were just saying all this stuff about me, and I just remembered like I was stuck in that hallway because I couldn't go in the bathroom because somebody was in there. I couldn't go back in the room because people were in there talking about me. So I literally sat in the hallway waiting for somebody to come out the bathroom. So the girl, somebody came out the room, and I guess she saw me right there and saw that the bathroom was preoccupied and went back in the room, and she was just like, she was standing out there. She probably heard everything that we said about her, this, that, and third. And I'm just like, it was really nothing I can do. I didn't say anything. So I took a shower, and I went about my business, went about the rest of the day. And I didn't say anything to anybody about my feet stinking. I mean, that's something I guess, you know, to be embarrassed about. But it's not something that you should make fun of somebody of, even though they were kids and we were younger. I don't know if this is just me always being ahead of my time and always being more mature, but I wouldn't really make fun of people. Somebody, if their feet was stinking, especially in a room full of girls, I can just imagine like the humiliation like I felt. The rest of the day went on, and eventually it was time for me to go home. I remember towards the time when it was time for me to leave, I got a headache really bad, and I just started feeling really sick. So by the time I got home, I remember going right to sleep right away. I don't know if the stress from all the bullying and everything that had happened took a physical toll on my body, because it definitely took a toll on my hair. My hair was falling out so freaking bad. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. And this time it wasn't because I wasn't taking care of it. It was because I was so stressed out and so depressed that my hair literally was falling out like crazy. But I don't know if everything that was going on took a physical toll on my body, and that's why I got sick the way that I did. But when I left the party and I went home, I went to sleep, and when I woke up the next day, my mom, you know, I didn't go to school because I was running a fever. I was just really sick. So I missed school for like 2 or 3 days. And you know, back then I had a cell phone, but I think I only had my mom's number. Like, I didn't talk to them outside of school or anything like that, so I didn't know really what was going on in school. So, not to mention, I forgot to mention this, but I eventually started dating that guy. I don't know if I mentioned that, but like I said, I started dating that guy that they wanted me to date. Eventually, I started to like him. Was like, screw what my mom said. I just started dating. When I got back to school, you know how you walk in the room and you could tell that people were just talking about you, and you can feel like the negative energy. That's exactly how it was going back into school. I walk in the classroom, and the guy, everybody was like, they were all huddled up kind of. And when I got in the classroom, everybody was just like, had that look and went back to their desk. So I'm sitting at my desk, and you know, I think religion or Bible class was the first class that we had during the day. So I knew I had to read my Bible and probably write scriptures out of it, or do whatever the hell I was supposed to do. And my desk was against the wall. So I already knew that something bad was about to happen, and I just leaned like on my desk and leaned towards the wall, and I already started crying. I knew something was about to happen. I just did not want to be there. I just remember them saying like, go ahead and do it, go ahead and do it. And they're talking to the guy that I was dating. So he was like, okay. So he come over there and he tapped me on my shoulder, and I look up, but I had wiped my tears, whereas you couldn't see that I was crying. He was like, Kenise? And I'm just like, yeah. He was like, it's over. And I was just like I was just like, okay, like, and everybody was just looking to see like my face and like seeing if I was gonna cry, and they was like smiling like, oh my god, he did it. Like, it was like they told him to break up with me. Like I said, those was like his sisters, so he was just doing what they told him to do. They told him to break up with me, so that's what he did. So I was humiliated. It was so embarrassing. I left and I went to the bathroom and I was crying. And what's crazy is when I got to the bathroom, not the girl that I went to elementary school with, but the other girl was in the bathroom. She was like, are you okay? Even though she was one of the masterminds behind the whole situation, the other girl wasn't around. So they was on a lot of phony stuff. It's like, if it was just one person, she would be on my side. If it was the other person, she would be on my side. But them two together, it was like they were ganging up on me. So when we got to the bathroom, it was just that one girl. She was like, are you okay? And me being gullible and really just wanting a friend, even though I knew that she had something to do with it, I was just like, I'm fine. And I called my mom crying in the bathroom. I just wanted to leave. It was so bad. I literally did not want to do anything. I just wanted to get the hell out of that school. Fast forward after that, I don't think we never got back together after that. And it was towards the end of the year, and it was time for science projects. And I remember the girls, they was doing their science project together, and their project included like hamsters or something. They had to do something with some damn hamsters. So it was like close to the end of the year because it was warm outside, and everybody had like their boxes, and they was throwing it back and forth playing, and the girl threw the box at me. And saying stuff about me is one thing, but at that point I was just like, you know, it's time for me to stand up for myself. So I got in her face and I like gripped the box and threw it in her face, and I'm like, I don't know if you think we're still 5 years old, like what do you want to do? And I'm like we can fight, like I don't care. And she's just like, okay, we can fight on the bus stop after school. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. At this point I'm just like, okay, like I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. We're just gonna fight. So the guy that I used to be dating, he was just like, yeah, it's gonna be some blood on the bus stop today, because I was like the only one who caught the bus. Everybody was getting rides. Sometimes I would have rides, sometimes I would catch the bus, but for the most part everybody was getting rides. I was the only person that was catching the bus. So it was like, yeah, it's gonna be some blood on the bus stop today. So I remember going to the bus stop waiting for something to happen, and they never came over there. I don't know, nothing ever happened. And after that, I really don't remember that. Like I said, that was towards the end of the year. The year was practically over, and my mom just removed me out of that school. I didn't go back there next year. They graduated from there. And what's crazy is when we got to high school, one of the girl who I was in elementary school with, we actually ended up going to high school together. We went the first and second years. And when we got to high school, it's weird because when it started, when my mom saw her at the orientation, she was just like, oh no, like not again. And I'm just like, no, like I think I'm going to be okay. By high school, let me tell y'all, the transformation was crazy. If I look back at pictures from the 6th grade, I still look better than them. I'm not just saying that. I still was popping as hell. But back then, like I said, I'm listening to all my peers, and I really felt like the things they were saying about me were true. But like I said, if you look back at the pictures, you can see that it really wasn't true. But by high school, I was the shit, okay? Freshman year, I was the shit, especially compared to the girl who, you know, I went to elementary school with and then 6th grade with. I was shitting on her, like, and it's the irony in life. It's just crazy how things work out, and we end up squashing everything. You know, we became friends again, and I remember she brought it up in school, freshman, also it was freshman year, when she brought it up in class one day. And I don't remember what the conversation was, but I remember I put her in her place. Like, we're not children anymore. Like, please don't think that you will ever get away with that again. Like, we're not kids, sweetheart. Like, come on now. And like I said, you know, freshman, sophomore year, we stopped being friends, not because of bullying. I actually stopped being her friend. I don't remember the exact situation. It was really over something dumb. And today we follow each other on social media. We don't talk, we don't dislike each other, we don't like each other, but through high school we actually got a pretty cool relationship. We went out together outside of school. We became like really cool when we got to high school. And so like I said, it's just funny how things happen. But like I said, that situation shaped me a lot of the ways for who I was. I will get into how it shaped me, because a part of my 9 days of Niecy is telling you my high school stories each year in its entirety, from freshman to senior year. I will be explaining to you events that happen. You will see pictures. It's going to be a lot. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to continue to I'm just going to leave this story as is. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you like day 2 of 9 days of Niecy. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of this week's videos, and we have 7 more videos to go. So I will see you in tomorrow's video.